I've been having a lot of people asking me like, oh, what's gonna be the biggest thing you miss about California when you leave, or what's gonna be the biggest shock going to the Midwest? I mean, first things first, man. Look at this weather, man. We out here 6 o'clock, man. Weather's still nice. You know, I'm definitely gonna miss the weather. I'm going to somewhere where it snows. I'm going somewhere where it's humid. So, California, man. I think we take advantage of the fact that we can go to the beach every day, or you could walk out with no sweater, or you could, you know, walk out with a tank top if you want to. So that's definitely going to be one thing I miss. I'm going to be over there bundled up. I'm not going to be used to that kind of weather. So that's definitely going to be a big change for me. I'm not going to say it's when I'm going to miss the most, though. I'm definitely going to miss my family the most. I'm going to miss my grandma the most. I'm grandma's baby. I was raised by my grandma. My grandma raised me pretty much my whole life. So no matter where I'm at, I could be in LA or I could be in a different state. I'm always checking in on my grandma. I even sometimes send the homies to come check on my grandma. So I'm definitely a big grandma's baby. So I would say the most thing I'm going to miss about California is my grandma. That's definitely going to be the biggest thing I miss. Of course, the last thing I'm going to miss is friends. Friends I'm definitely going to miss too. But at the end of the day, friends are always going to be here. Friends will definitely always be here. You have to kind of ask yourself, are your friends going to be the reason why you get to the next level, or are your friends going to be the reason why you stay at this level? And that's what I've been thinking about these last couple months. At the end of the day, you have to consider, do your friends check on you? Do your friends call you to see, are you doing okay? Do you want to go do something, or do they just call you when it's time to smoke, or when it's time to drink, or when it's time to go to the club? So that's kind of a question you have to ask yourself. And that's when I say I'm gonna miss my friends, of course, but you have to understand, sometimes your friends might be the reason why you're in that same position. Your friends might be the reason why you haven't leveled up to the next level, because it's so easy to get comfortable in your environment. And that's the reason why I feel like I really need to leave the most, because, I feel like I'm kind of in a rat race, and nobody wants to do anything special. Nobody wants to elevate. It's all about living for the next weekend. Everybody wants to just party up, maybe do a little couple things throughout the week to have a reason to party again Monday through Friday. When really, at the end of the day, everybody's celebrating failure. Nobody's really successful. Nobody's really. I really sat down and asked myself the other day, like, who around me is really successful, or who even is making 100,000, or who is doing anything, out of the ordinary that would make me want to stay in California? Nobody's doing anything that's just like, oh, you know what, bro? You're changing my mind. You can change my perspective of this life. And that's another thing where, like I said, I just maybe need to change my own circle, because like I said, LA is the land of opportunity. I'm not saying it's not, but I've grown up here, so I've kind of got comfortable. I'm used to hitting every corner. I'm used to, being stagnant where I'm at. I'm used to being with the same people. I'm not trying to make new friends. I'm not trying to go outside and go to Hollywood and see who the content creators are and the streamers and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, Hollywood, one, is full of fake people. LA is full of fake people, and it's a lot full of envy, animosity, shit like that. So it's not something necessarily where you kind of just jump into the field and, oh, let me go make some friends to help change my life. Because at the end of the day, you can't really trust a lot of people in LA, and it's just janky. I mean, that's probably everywhere you go, Well, I'm not everywhere you go, but I would say probably big cities. But I mean, I've heard Miami. Miami is one of the places where you go to elevate your life. They say you're around so much money, you're around people with businesses, you're around people doing things like this, doing things to get to the next level. So I would say California, like I said, it's definitely an opportunity, but I don't know. I think people are, like I said, too focused on the what does it say? What do they say? Focused on the Johns, keeping up with the Johns. Yeah, I would definitely say that's a big thing that LA is known for. It's definitely known for trying to keep up with the next person. And before you know it, you're broke, or you're in the same position 5 years ago, and you're still just looking around with the same people. So, yeah, it's not something I think I wanted to do. And, by the time I come back, I'm pretty sure a lot of these people will be in the same positions. They'll be in the same clubs. They'll be with the same friends. And I'll probably come back 7 years, and I bet I won't. I bet I'll be in a whole different tax bracket with a house, with, established, doing this, doing that, kids, family, everything. While these people are sitting here a couple shots away from being stuck. That's all I can say, man. I appreciate y'all though, man. We back with another one, no cap. Follow, like, subscribe. We're gonna keep it going, man. Let me show y'all one more time this view, man. We out here.